Hey guys, I'm going to help you out with Lesson 7's homework. And let's go ahead and get started. First, we have 2 yards and 2 feet plus 1 foot. Well, we know that 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. Now, I'm going to write that up here so we don't forget it. So 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. Well, 2 yards and 2 feet plus 1 foot is going to be 2 yards and 3 feet. Well, we know that 3 feet is another yard, so altogether we're just going to have 3 yards. Alright, let's look at B. We have 2 yards minus 1 foot. Well, we can't really take a foot away from a yard because we don't have the unit. So I'm going to split this 2 yards into 1 yard and 3 feet because that's the same thing as 2 whole yards. So 1 yard and 3 feet minus that 1 foot will leave us with 1 yard and 2 feet. Alright, I think this is supposed to say C, but on C we have 2 feet plus 2 feet, which is 4 feet. Well, 4 feet I could split into 3 feet and 1 foot, so that 3 feet is a yard and that 1 foot left over, so we'll have 1 yard and 1 foot. Alright, let's look at D. We have 5 yards minus a foot. Well, let's split that 5 yards up so we can actually subtract. So 5 yards we could split up into 4 yards and 3 feet, because 3 feet is that extra yard, minus the 1 foot will leave you with 4 yards and 2 feet. Alright, let's look at E. We have 7 inches plus 5 inches. Well, let's go back up here. There are 12 inches in a foot. We need to remind ourselves of that. 12 inches in 1 foot. So if we have 7 plus 5, that'll give us 12 inches, which will actually just be 1 foot. Alright, on F we have 7 inches plus 7 inches, which would be 14 inches. Well, if I split that up, I could pull out 12 inches, which would be the foot, and I'd be left with 2, so really I end up with 1 foot and 2 inches. On G, I have 1 foot minus 2 inches. Well, I can't take inches from a foot because they're 2 different units, so I'm going to split that foot into 12 inches and say 12 inches minus 2 inches will give us 10 inches. And then H, I have 2 feet minus 6 inches. Well, again, I can't take inches from a foot, so I'm going to split that 2 feet into 1 foot and 12 inches. Minus 6 inches will leave us with 1 foot and 6 inches. Alright, let's look at A. We have 4 yards and 2 feet plus 2 feet. Well, 4 yards and 2 feet plus 2 feet would be 4 yards and 4 feet. And that 4 feet I could technically split up into 3 feet and 1 foot, and that 3 feet would give us another yard. So altogether we'd have 5 yards and 1 foot. Alright, B, we have 6 yards and 2 feet plus 1 yard and 1 foot. So 6 yards and 1 yard is 7 yards, 2 feet and 1 foot is 3 feet. Well, that 3 feet is the same as another yard, so altogether we're just going to have 8 yards. And no extra feet. Alright, let's look at C. We've got 5 yards and 1 foot minus 2 feet. Well, we can't subtract a feet without having any, we can't subtract 1 foot minus 2 feet. So I'm going to split up this 5 yards into 4 yards and 3 feet. And when I add back that foot I already had, I have 4 yards and 4 feet minus 2 feet, which will give me 4 yards and 2 feet. Alright, same deal on D. We got 7 yards and 1 foot minus 5 yards and 2 feet. Well, I'm not going to actually subtract the yards first. I'm going to take this 7 yards and I'm going to break it down into 6 yards and 3 feet to make it easier to subtract. And when I put it back, 6 yards and 4 feet all together, because we had that foot to begin with, minus 5 yards and 2 feet. Well, 6 yards minus 1 yard, 5 yards is 1 yard, and 4 feet minus 2 feet is 2 feet. Alright, E, we have 7 feet and 8 inches plus 5 inches. Well, 7 feet and 8 inches plus 5 inches is 13 inches, and 13 inches we could pull out a foot in that 12 inches there and be left with 1 inch left over. So altogether we have 8 feet and 1 inch. Alright, on F we have 6 feet and 5 inches plus 5 feet and 9 inches. 6 feet plus 5 feet will give you 11 feet. 5 inches plus 9 inches gives you 14 inches. Well, that 14 inches can be split into 12 inches and 2 inches because that 12 inches would give us another foot. So altogether we have 12 feet and 2 inches. Alright, let's look at G. We got 32 feet and 3 inches minus 7 inches. Well, we can't subtract it the way it is. We don't have enough inches. So I'm going to break up that 32 feet into 31 feet and 12 inches. And when we add back that 3 inches, we'll have 31 feet and 15 inches minus 7 inches, which will leave us with 31 feet and 8 inches. Alright, let's look at H. We got 8 feet and 2 inches minus 3 feet and 11 inches. We have the same situation here, not enough inches in the first one to subtract. So I'm going to break up 8 feet into 7 feet and 12 inches. And when we add back that 2 inches, I'll have 7 feet and 14 inches minus 3 feet and 11 inches. And the 7 feet minus the 3 feet will give you 4 feet. And 14 inches minus 11 inches will leave you with 3 inches. So our answer is 4 feet and 3 inches. Alright, let's look at some of these word problems. We got Lori bought 9 feet, 5 inches of blue ribbon. She also bought 6 feet, 4 inches of green ribbon. How much ribbon did she buy altogether? So we got to add the two lengths together. So I'm going to say 9 feet, 5 inches plus 6 feet and 4 inches. That's what I'm going to write down here. Nine feet plus 6 feet will give me 15 feet. And 4 inches plus 5 inches will give you 9 inches. So my answer is 15 feet and 9 inches of ribbon. Alright, number 4 says the length of a room is 11 feet and 6 inches. The width of the room is 2 feet and 9 inches shorter than the length. What is the width of the room? Well, if it's shorter, if that's much shorter, then we're going to have to subtract the length minus how much shorter the width is to figure out the width. So I'm going to say 11 feet 6 inches minus 2 feet 9 inches. And we got a same situation here where we don't have enough inches to subtract in the first term, so we're going to change 11 feet to 10 feet and 12 inches and rewrite this as 10 feet and 18 inches because we had 6 to start with, minus 2 feet and 9 inches. Well, 10 feet minus 2 feet is 8 feet, not inches, 8 feet. And 18 inches minus 9 inches will leave us with 9 inches. So it is 8 feet and 9 inches is the width of the room. Alright, number 5 is a little bit tricky. It says Tim's bedroom is 12 feet 6 inches wide. The perimeter of the rectangular shaped bedroom is 50 feet. Now remember, perimeter means that when we add all 4 sides of the room, we're going to get 50. So let's draw what this would look like. So the width is 12 feet 6 inches. Well, if I'm doing perimeter, I have to know all 4 sides. So this opposite side, since it's a rectangle, has to be 12 feet and 6 inches. So we're going to add those two together to see what we get, to see what the other 2 sides have to add together to be in order to equal 50. So I'm going to say 12 feet 6 inches plus the 12 feet and the 6 inches. And I actually end up, the 6 inches and 6 inches give me another foot, and 24 feet plus 1 foot is 25 feet. Well, that causes a problem because if the whole thing, when you add it up, is 50, and I subtract the 25 feet that I already have, I'll say 50 minus 25, and be left with 25 feet. Well, if I have to split that between the 2 remaining sides, aren't I just going to end up with 12 feet 6 inches again? Because if I divide it by 2, I'm going to end up with that 12 feet and 6 inches. So this is technically a trick question because it says how much longer is the length of Tim's room than the width, and it's nothing. They're not. They're the same length because in order for it to add up to be 50, they'd all have to be 12 feet and 6 inches. So technically the room is a square. Alright, if you got questions, let me know.